Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. So I put a poll in my Marketing Mastery Facebook group last week, and the overwhelming majority of people wanted to know how to build a digital product that sells. Now, the last thing you want to do when you're putting time and effort into a business is spend months building something and have it fall on deaf ears. So in this video, I'm going to give you the strategy I use every time I launch a digital product. And pretty much all of the times I've launched something, it's been successful and it's generated sales. So there's about 6 steps to this formula and I never change it, right? I never change any of these steps. So get a pen and paper, write these down. I think it's really going to help you. So step 1, you have to start by choosing a niche, right? A niche to sell in. Most business owners that fail focus way too much on the product that they're creating. They think, yeah, we're going to create this incredible product, put all of our energy into the product, making it shiny, making it run smoothly, make it look nice, right? But business isn't built on products. Businesses are built on solving problems. People are never going to pay for your product if it doesn't solve one of their problems, and they don't have enough desire to pay to solve that problem. So when you're picking a niche, you want to find somewhere where people are willing and able to spend money on digital products that are going to solve their problems, right? This is so crucial. So go out there, find a niche that you're passionate about, right? I think it's really important to be passionate about something if you're building a whole business about it. Then find evidence in the marketplace that people spend money on trainings to solve problems in that niche, right? Some niches just will not make you any money. So go to somewhere like Udemy and see if there's any other courses similar to the one you want to build. If there are, then it's a good sign. That's step 1. Step 2 is to build an audience. Now, you don't just want to build an audience of anyone. You don't just want to take loads of pictures of your food on Instagram and build a following of people who like that, because they're not interested in the problem you're solving. They're not interested in your niche. You want to build an audience of people that's very refined. And if you do this right, then you don't have to have a big audience. In fact, you know, my coach has 15,000 likes on Facebook, which is pretty much the same as me, and yet he makes $1 million a month, right? So you don't have to have the world's biggest audience to have a very successful business. You just need an audience of the right people. How do we do this? Well, there's 2 ways to build an audience. Number 1, you use advertising, right? And you pay to get traffic. That will grow your audience. Either build an email list, or I would suggest building a Facebook group, right? Less tech heavy. Or if you don't want to use advertising, use content, right? Do what I'm doing right now, YouTube videos, right? Instagram. Start a blog if you want to. If you really like writing, you can start a blog. And create content that draws people in, right? And generates traffic and gets people actually following what you're doing. Once you have that, then people will come to you and you'll start to build your audience. Now, once you have your audience, one of the key things to do is start fishing for problems that they're experiencing in their life. Right? Because again, if we're going to build a product that actually sells, it has to solve a problem people actually want to solve, and they have to be willing and able to pay to solve that problem. So start talking to them, right? In whatever way you can, to start finding out everything you possibly can about the people in your audience. Now again, these people are within a specific niche, right? So, you know, their problems should all be very similar, and you'll start to find patterns around what stuff they're suffering from, right? Now, the way you speak to your audience can be several ways, right? You could reach out to them via, you know, personal message, private message on Facebook. You could get them on a Skype call. That's probably the best way that's going to get you the quickest answers, is just to actually talk to people and spend some time having a real conversation. Other ways you can do it, which are slightly less effective, are things like surveys, polls, stuff like that. And you'll gather lots of data, but it won't be as accurate because people don't really tell the truth on surveys and polls and stuff. You'll find out the real stuff when you have real conversations with people. So once you've done that, what will happen is you'll see some patterns, right? Some problems lots of people are suffering from. And from that, you can develop an angle for your product. For example, let's say you are in the weight loss niche, right? And you find that everybody in the weight loss niche seems to struggle with food cravings, right? And that's something that lots of people are struggling from. Well, you could build a course that has the angle, how to lose weight in 30 days without ever suffering from any food cravings. Now, another thing to always remember when you're thinking about the angle of your program is that people don't buy digital products because it's cute, right? They don't buy digital products because they want intellectual stimulation, or they want to sit down for like 40 hours watching videos, or because they haven't got anything better to do. People buy digital products and part with their hard-earned cash because those digital products will get them a result. They'll make them money, or they'll make them skinny, they'll make them more attractive to the opposite sex, right? Those results is what's going to make people part with their hard-earned cash. So you better make sure that if someone takes your program, they are significantly better off by the time they finished it than they were before they purchased. If your program can't get a tangible result once someone's been through it, then it's never going to sell. Some great examples of course angles are ones that actually mention the result in the title. For example, Ramit Sethi has a course called Earn 1K. You can't get more specific than that, right? The whole purpose of the course is to teach you how to earn $1,000 per month working 5 hours per week, right? Simple result, and it's tied into the title of the program. If you can develop something like that, very simple, very clear cut, it's much more likely people are actually going to be interested in buying your product. So you've got your niche, you've got your audience, you've got the angle for your program, but at this point, a lot of the stuff that we've been doing is theory. We've been thinking and trying to guess and estimate what people will buy and what people will be interested in. Something to be wary of is what people say they'll buy and what people say their problems are can often be quite different from what actually sells in the real world. Because quite often people will say things just to be nice, or they won't really know what they want, or they might be lying to themselves about what they'd really spend money on. So no matter how much research you do, you're never going to get quite the absolute truth until you've got hard evidence that it will sell, i.e. someone's actually parted with some cash. So the next step is the most important step in this entire process, and that is sell the program before you build it, right? This is so crucial. So what I tend to do with my programs that I launch is I will launch like a beta version of a course before I go out and build the thing and sell it for full price. So I'll start off with an offer that I'll present to my audience, and I'll say, look, I'm starting this program, we're going to do X, Y, Z, this is the result you're going to get, who's interested? A lot of people will put their hands up, right? And I'll come up with a price. It's usually a lot cheaper than what I'm going to charge in the future. And I get the sales in. Once they're in, then I deliver the program live over a few weeks, right? And give those people as much help as I possibly can. And then once I've got those people in, later down the road, I create more refined training based on the problems and everything that the initial beta group experienced. So whenever someone comes into the program, they don't have those problems and the training is more complete. And obviously because of that, I charge more, right? So once you've got your niche, your audience, your angle, you want to test it and offer the program for a certain price, get some people in the beta version before you go out and build it to make sure there's a real solid demand. Now, the last thing I'll say is when you're following through these steps, you can actually go through the entire process really quickly. Right? You don't need to wait until you've got an audience of 10,000 people to go out there, come up with a course angle, try and promote it and get a beta group. Right? You could start with 100 people in an audience. You could start speaking to people in your audience at that point when you've got 100 people, right? Get them on the phone, poll them, survey them, speak with them via email or chat or whatever it is, and find out what their problems are. Then quickly come up with an angle of a program and just send an email to your list or put a post in your group and say, hey, I'm starting this program, it does X, Y, Z, and it gets you a result. Then see how many people put their hands up. Charge them a very small fee just to get started. Then go out, build the program, deliver it, make it amazing, then turn it into a full-on program. And here's the amazing thing, like if you do this, the money you collect whilst you're launching the beta program, you can use to actually build your audience, right? You could spend that money on advertising and get more leads into your audience. And then when you launch the full program, all of a sudden, you've got a much bigger crowd to actually sell to, right? Once you've done this, then you can start to develop systems to sell the program consistently over time. So if you're interested in knowing exactly how to build an audience, how to pick a niche, how to do all of this stuff and get there within 30 days, luckily there's a really simple system you can follow to make this happen, right? And it's not rocket science. I've put together all of this stuff for 100% free in a masterclass for you. If you click the link in the description, you can grab it. And I'm even going to give you 3 free courses of mine to help complement the stuff you learned in the masterclass so you can really make this stuff a reality. It's 100% free and I just want you to have it so you can get some results. So check out the description for that. Subscribe for more videos because I'm going to be delving into each individual part of this process in a little bit more depth soon. And I can't wait to see you around. Take care, keep believing, and we'll talk soon.